Hello and welcome back to NoBS. Today we return to talking about kneeling in professional sports. That's right. Recently, the Major League Baseball Association started their new season, and as baseball begins, so does the kneeling. The kneeling has started and happened almost universally at all the games. I've seen a lot of coverage of it. I've seen a lot of stuff in the news about baseball. Baseball's getting really woke. This is actually the one I was wondering about too. We talked about it before, how we've gone through a lot of other sports and their woke tendencies already. We talked about NASCAR and that whole hate crime hoax. And then there was stuff about NFL, and the NFL was the ones that originated the whole kneeling trend. And they've also adopted these new rules to give benefits to people that hire black coaches and stuff like that. They have a lot of woke stuff already. And now baseball has come under fire. Baseball is basically going full blown woke, full BLM. They have BLM put on all the mounds, so you can like see it in every shot of the game. You're always seeing this propaganda, this BLM. This is liberal propaganda pushing. I mean, people try to pretend Black Lives Matter is still a legitimate organization. It's not. It's just a way for Democrats to funnel money into their campaigns and stuff. I mean, that money, where's the money going? You know, Black Lives has raised millions of dollars, but they haven't done anything for black people. They haven't saved any black lives. Well, what are they doing with the money? It goes to Democrats. So that's why we're talking about it today. We're talking about a specific instance, actually, because there's kind of been a role reversal. Originally, it was interesting and different when someone kneeled for the national anthem, but now it's actually different if you stand, and especially in baseball, which has had universally, most everyone has kneeled, but one player decided not to kneel, and he's become a bit of a hero, if you ask me. He said he didn't want to kneel because he's a Christian, and this is becoming very interesting. We're going to talk about this player. His name is Sam Coonrod, and he's going to be coming up in the news, I think, a lot because he refused to kneel, and that's kind of like the anti-establishment move right now. It's reversed. It's crazy, and we're going to talk about more soon, get to the article and everything, but first, let's take a moment to check out our sponsor. The radical left, celebrities, athletes, and Hollywood, they've all recently become very public when they announced their hatred and intent to defund the police. This has caused rampant violence and spikes in crime across the country, and it's really sad to see these heroes be attacked like this. To combat this situation and show our support for these protectors in blue, Brave Patriot is now doing a giveaway of their very popular and high-quality pro-police coin. For now, Brave Patriot has decided to give the coins away for free, only for you guys in the NoBS audience. So you could get this free coin now. All you have to do is pay for the shipping, but it's only guaranteed to be free while supplies last. So make sure you hurry up and click our exclusive link below. Thanks for your time, and now back to the show. Great, now that that's out of the way, let's talk about this news story. Here's an article from TMZ that has more details. They started off with a tweet. It says, San Francisco Giant Sam Coonrod refuses to kneel for MLB's BLM moment. I'm a Christian. This is rather interesting already. As you can see from the picture, everyone's kneeling and they're grabbing onto some kind of like rope, some kind of like black ribbon or something. It's all this symbolic BS. They're just trying to get attention. They're trying to be in with all this stuff that's going on now. It's like a movement. This happened with the last election. BLM pops up before elections to get people excited and race baited, and it excites all these liberals. It gets them all interested again. And they also are low key. I mean, they're basically accusing us of being racist too. They're saying that everyone like hates black people and they're all offended and stuff like that. It's just not true. And it's a bad thing. And it's not really what you think. But regardless, these are the players. This is what they're doing. So let's get some more details and see what this guy said. San Francisco Giants, Sam Coonrod, interesting name, by the way, refuses to kneel for BLM moment. I'm a Christian. There's the picture. This is breaking news. And it's already looking kind of weak to me. Like these guys, this guy has long hair and they're all just kneeling. Like it's just such a beta move to me. I don't know. I only kneel before God. You know, that's what I say. Anyway, let's read on. San Francisco Giants pitcher Sam Coonrod did not kneel with the rest of his teammates in a showing of support for the BLM movement Thursday, saying his religion and his personal feelings about BLM wouldn't allow him to do it. I'm a Christian, the 27-year-old relief pitcher said, so I just believe that I can't kneel before anything besides God. If you missed it, the MLB provided teams with a long piece of black fabric to signify unity before its opening day games on Thursday. So baseball started back up on Thursday. This guy says he only kneels before God. I said that as a joke. Before he said it for real, I could guess that was coming, and that's his right. You know, I don't think everyone should be forced into this. I don't know why this is really like a story. Like it sounds like they're trying to shame him almost, but I think it might be having the reverse effect on me, like I'm starting to see this and I'm starting to think, hey, this guy's pretty cool. This guy's strong. He's going against the grain. He's got to have a lot of confidence and, not worry about what everyone thinks, because obviously there's a lot of pressure there. All the players are kneeling. It seems like this big thing. Everyone's kowtowing to this whole BLM movement, and the Democrats, basically the liberals, are in charge and they have the power. They have like the public support and stuff like that. They're the chic party. All the corporations give them money. All these sports organizations cater to them. They wear their flags. They put them on the mounds, on the field. It's all about this BLM stuff. It's really taken hold. And I think it really showed. I was wondering about baseball. Like I said, we talked about stuff in other sports recently over the past few weeks. And I was wondering if baseball was going to get into it. And sure, truth be told, they did. They really went all in on this whole thing. And now we've got kneelers everywhere. We've got no one really asking what's really going on. Why are we kneeling? What is BLM doing? Like I said in the intro, I mean, they've gotten millions of dollars. Where's that money going? Like, how come they're not saving anyone? Like, where's the money? Like, has anyone seen where the money went? And what's the point here? I mean, they're supposed to be protesting racism and police brutality, but as we've talked about before, I mean, there's only been like 9 unarmed black people that were killed by cops last year. Like, they're really addressing a non-problem. I mean, I don't know why the cops get highlighted so much. I mean, we have our suspicions, but it's definitely not for the reasons that they're giving, and they're not really addressing real issues. Like, the real problem is, for example, one big one is Chicago. Lots of black people are killing each other in Chicago week after week. There's thousands of people that have died there this year. There's tons of people getting shot and hurt and lives getting ruined. And that would be like a real place to address a real problem. But BLM never even spoke about that. Neither has the Major League Baseball people and their press corps or whatever, their public relations officer. Like, no one's talking about anything that's really important. And I mean, it's worth noting, I mean, 2 big teams are from Chicago in the Major League Baseball Association, and none of them are even mentioning the violence there and the bad crime rates. It's like they want to pretend it doesn't happen, because if it happens in a liberal area, like, they just want to ignore it and not make their people look bad. They just kind of put it under the rug. And that's what they could do, because they control the media, they control the news, they control all these outlets, and in a way that controls the narrative a lot. Now, we know what's really going on, and there's alternative sources as well shining light on this thing, but that's the real story, and that's the real badness that we're dealing with. And Major League Baseball just has no idea. Here's a tweet now. It says, players from both teams kneel together in unity before tonight's national anthem. Let's check the video. Just a silent video of them having a quiet moment. I feel like we're at a golf course. Everyone quiet as Tiger putts. The players kneel before engaging in Mortal Kombat.
Thank you.
Moment of silence. Okay, this is another thing that's weird. You could see now that the stadium is empty. They're not actually having fans at these games. That's the thing that's going on because of this virus, obviously, and they don't want people to get sick or whatever. But I just find it really weird and interesting. It's like, I guess you could watch it on TV, obviously, like, safer for the home, but I don't know why they can't have like some fans in there. I guess they just went all or nothing kind of thing. Like, it's just weird. And it just goes to show that's another way that I think that they're really like kowtowing to the whole left narrative. They're going full blown mask too. Like, everyone's wearing masks. Everyone is not allowed to go to the games. Like, they are getting us on all these levels. You got to really see that, because in this moment, it actually shows us a lot of what's going on in the world today. You can see them first kneeling. The kneeling is the most obvious thing. And that, of course, is them symbolically and just like literally kneeling before the minorities, like saying, oh, we love the minorities, we kneel at your feet. And then the next step is the mask. The mask is another visual cue. Now we're covering our faces and we're signaling that there's this big scary virus and it's going around, and we're really worried about that. And this is like a mask thing. So they're both big visuals. And then on top of that, we're seeing the empty stadium, which is kind of like ominous to me. It's like very like creepy, like empty, and then these people are being quiet for this moment and they're kneeling with the mask. Like, it's a real spectacle here. Like, I'm really kind of baffled by it. Like, there's so much going on in this little clip and there's no audio to really listen to except for the silence. But that's what's kind of scary too. They're all quiet. You hear a few people kind of rustling around. I think a camera is going off or something. Like, there's a few people there, but it's really eerie. It's really creepy, and it's a strange place this whole world has become. And it just goes to show how ridiculous things can get during election years. Like, things really get on to a new level, especially in the modern era. Like, 2016 was similar to this. We had a lot of crazy stuff going on. That's when BLM first popped up, actually, just right before that. And then on top of that, we had social movements and like milestones, like the Ghostbusters 2016 movie came out that year. There was a lot of like feminist versus anti-feminist. Like, feminism has almost died off now because it's getting replaced. And now it's all about BLM and more of that again, which was funny because they disappeared pretty much like since 2016. Like, I hadn't heard about BLM for at least 3 years. And now it's all of a sudden really, really important again. I don't know what changed. Like, it's not really a change in the cop thing. Like, it's just them highlighting specific cases and using them to make these emotional appeals to people. And, you know, it's obviously related. They want to have us scared, and it's election coming up, and they want to have us scared and then catering to the minorities, and it's guilting us into voting for Democrats. They want to take down Trump. They're really obsessed with getting the presidency again. Obviously, they want the power and the control. And I mean, look at them now. They already have so much power and control. Look what they've done to everyone. They've had this whole virus thing come in. They defended China, even though it was their fault, and they hid details and made it worse. And now they're blaming it on Trump for some reason. Now it's like Trump's fault. And then they shame you for not wearing a mask. Like, it is really lighting up, and baseball has become a big part of it. All the major sports are getting involved, and that's what we have to deal with today. That's the story. I'm sticking to it. My name is Brooks. Thanks for watching today's episode. Make sure you comment your thoughts on everything below. Are you going to be watching baseball? Would you be kneeling like this? And do you think they should be wearing masks? This and that. Let's talk about it all below. Also, hit the like button to get this thing shared. And until next time, have a great day.